Hello and welcome to Old Max Nuggets, a Brian's heating and air conditioning podcast where we get on here and we talk about common questions that the homeowner might have about their heating and air conditioning. My name is Brooklyn and I am here with Brian Nacarado, the owner and president of Brian's Heating and Air Conditioning. How are you doing today?
It's a great day again today, Brooklyn. How about yourself?
I'm having a fantastic day.
I like to hear that. What are we going to talk about today?
So we're going to discuss something that comes up every once in a while. People will call up and they'll speak with the comfort consultant, they'll speak with you or what have you, and they'll say, we know the square footage of our house. Can you just give me a ballpark price on a new system? Why is that something that we can't typically do?
Well, that's a good question. Sizing an air conditioning system or heating system off of square footage is a bad idea. And there's lots of tools at our disposal, and especially nowadays with all of the electronic capabilities that we have to do load calculations. And so one of the things that we look at when we go out and evaluate somebody's home is square footage is part of the equation, but it's not the equation. And many years ago, units were sized off of square footage, and in some cases they were usually oversized, and in some cases they were undersized. But imagine, if you will, you have two houses that are identically the same, and the back of the house has a lot of windows on it, and one of those houses, all those windows face north, so they never really get any direct sunlight on them. Another house, the same amount of windows, faces west, gets a lot of sun in the summertime. So they would actually have different load calculations or different cooling requirements just because of how the house is oriented. So that's one of the biggest reasons that sizing off of square footage is a problem. The other thing too is that when we come out to look at your home, we're looking to see what's it going to take to install a new unit. Installing a new system is so much more than just a new furnace and a new air conditioner. It's all the little parts and pieces that it takes to ensure that everything's going to work the way that it's designed. So the best way to approach this is to have the comfort consultant come out to your home and do an evaluation and see where do we stand. And there's been so many times over the years where someone will call up and say, my air conditioner struggles, it doesn't maintain temperature. One of the biggest things that we see anymore also is that people keep their thermostats at a lower temperature in the summertime than they did 30, 40 years ago. In other words, people want it to be colder in their house than what we used to experience. Now, with that said, that takes more BTUs of cooling. And so there's times when someone says, well, this system doesn't keep up, can we go to a larger one? Well, we can't always just jump in and put a bigger air conditioner in, because when we talk about a heating and cooling system, it's just that, a system. So everything has to be matched. We have to have the right size blower on the furnace, the right size indoor coil, the right size outdoor unit, and then the ductwork all has to be matched for that. So we can't go in and just add a bigger unit without having to do some ductwork modifications to increase the amount of ductwork we have for that larger system.
Wow. There's a lot that goes into that.
Yeah. And so that's why when someone calls up and says, can you give me a price over the telephone, I'm terribly sorry, we can't do that. We'll be more than happy to get somebody out to your house and have a look at it.
Seems simple enough.
Mm-hmm. All right, Brooklyn, before we get out of here, another joke for you today.
Okay.
All right, what's the difference between a hippo and a Zippo?
They start with different letters.
well, that's part of it, but one's pretty heavy, the other one's a little lighter. Hey, until next time, Old Mac out.